Local 4 News begins right now with a breaking news alert.
Indeed, breaking news from Shelby Township, where a Planet Fitness facility has been evacuated. A man suffering from burns from an apparent meth lab fire in his home ran inside. It's a wild story unfolding as we come to you at 5 o'clock, involving a fire at a house and a man involved in that fire trying to get into the Planet Fitness to get help.
Let's get right out to Paula Tutman. She's live at that Planet Fitness on 23 Mile and Van Dyke. Paula, what else have you been able to find out so far?
Well, actually quite a bit. First of all, I want to let you know that there are two different scenes. Let me show you where we are right now. We're at 23 in Van Dyke. You see Shelby Fire Rescue has just shown up. There's a vehicle right here. That is the suspect's vehicle. You can see that it's been torn apart. The bottom line is they're looking for evidence. They believe that he started a fire and an explosion at a home on Willow Ray. Let's go to that video for just a few moments. It was shot by my colleague, Nick Monticelli, who lives not far from this area. This is what police believe happened. They believe that this man had a meth lab inside his home. Something happened. There was an explosion and a fire. He then got in his vehicle. Now understand, if this is a meth lab, this is highly, highly toxic. He got into his vehicle, drove about a mile or so to this Planet Fitness. Let's come back live to this scene. So the man then gets out of his car, goes across the parking lot into Planet Fitness to take a shower. That's when police realized, wait a minute, this is the guy who started the fire and the explosion on Willow Ray. The bottom line is they've got to now evacuate Planet Fitness. You can see this area cordoned off, and they're actually thinking about cordoning it off even more, because now what you have is a man who is contaminated with whatever it takes to make meth. He's now changed scenes, come to this scene, walked into a Planet Fitness, contaminated that scene, gone into the shower. You've got people standing around because they're not able to get back into their vehicles. Now they need to cordon off the area even more. And to make matters worse, it is a Friday evening, and Shelby Township Police are having difficulty locating a hazmat criminal processing team, because they can't just have hazmat. They just can't have a decontamination team. They need someone who can actually go into Willow Ray, do an investigation while decontaminating it and figuring out exactly how big this problem is. So what we have now is, you can't even say it's contained because they don't know the breadth, the width and the breadth of the contamination. The man is in, well, you can say he's in custody. He's been taken to the hospital with burns, but you can bet he had a police escort there, and police are trying to figure out, A, how do we get this scene cleaned up? How do we get it processed? How do we get it decontaminated? And how do we get people back into Planet Fitness, or at least Planet Fitness process and decontaminate it as well, because people have to be able to get in to get their keys just so they can get out of here. It is a huge scene and a huge mess, and my partner Nick Monticelli and I are on site right now trying to sort through it all for you.
Unbelievably wild story there, Paula. Thank you so much, and we know you'll keep us updated on that. We do have some more breaking news to get to right now.
This is out of Monroe County, near Milan. Emergency crews responding to a crash that has northbound US 23 shut down at Plank Road, completely shut down on the northbound side. Crash involved a semi. We're told one person has been airlifted to the hospital by survival flight. In fact, someone may have been ejected from the vehicle. No word yet on what caused the crash, but obviously they've got a lot of work to do to get the scene cleared. We'll keep an eye there on that situation on the afternoon Friday drive. Now let's get to the weather and the threat of storms to start the weekend, because 4Live radar is starting to light up just a bit. Eyes on the skies at this hour with some severe storms starting to pop up.
Yeah, let's get right over to Ben. 2 warnings have already been issued, Ben.
That's right. We've got 2 active warnings, one for southern Lapeer County, one for southeast Genesee County until 5:45 and 5:30 respectively. 60-mile-an-hour winds possible with this storm as it moves off to the southeast at about 30 miles an hour. Metamora, Almont, Oxford, Romeo, all within the path of this before 6 o'clock. It's not only the winds, but the hail potential right there on the Lapeer-Genesee County line. Could be as much as 1/4 inch or even larger hail with this. There's more development outside of those warnings, even out ahead of that severe storm in the northeast section of Oakland County. But those are the only 2 warnings right now. We'll keep an eye on everything else, but likely we're going to see more warnings before the evening is out, guys.
All right, Ben. Now to a man who was severely injured in a dog attack on Detroit's east side.
By our count, this is the 13th dog attack this year in Metro Detroit. This latest one happened in the backyard of a home on Edmore Drive near Eastland Mall. The American Bulldog was supposed to be there, but as Jason Colthorpe reports tonight, it did not belong to the family.
Let me take you right inside this backyard where this dog attack happened this morning. The dog was over in this area, and the man was in here simply cleaning up behind the dog. And all of a sudden, the dog reached out, clamped on his arm, attacking him. And it had never done that before, families say, but the dog had only been here a few weeks.
Yeah, I heard screaming. He was banging on the door.
44-year-old Kater Fields' screams woke the entire family Friday morning.
I thought he was gonna die. Cause how he was moving, how he was reacting, he was moving in slow motion. He didn't really know what to do.
He was bleeding badly from his right arm, and with the dog still aggressive in the backyard, Miller called for help.
I looked out the window, the dog was trying to attack the other dog. So I called the 911 operator. She told me that don't go by there because he still got blood on his he can still, attack anybody that come back there.
An ambulance rushed Field to the hospital, and then animal control dealt with the American Bulldog named Beethoven. What kind of dog is Beethoven? Has he ever done anything like this?
No. He a good dog.
The dog was subdued and tranquilized and eventually taken away. The family was watching the dog for other family that was living out of the state. For now, though, the kids' hearts are with their dad in the hospital.
I hope you're okay. I hope you make it. I hope you get well, Daddy.
The family showed me a picture of his injuries. It was far too graphic to use in our story, but I just want to give you an idea of how severe. He's dealing with two very deep, severe wounds on his right forearm. Family tells me he's going to need at least a couple of surgeries. As for that dog, right now it looks like it'll be quarantined for the state required 10 days minimum before they make a decision. Kimberly?
Jason, I know you mentioned the man was cleaning up after the dog. Is there any indication why the dog may have reacted the way it did?
Well, we don't know exactly if he got too close or what happened there, but the family says right before it came to stay with them, right before when it was at another home, there was a home invasion, and the dog was actually assaulted in that, and it had its eye very wounded and is still like that. And since then, family says he hadn't been acting the same, but they still didn't think this could happen.
Yeah.
Kim.
Okay. All right, Jason. Devin?
Let's get to the breaking news now from overseas. The second day of violent protests at the G20 summit in Hamburg, Germany. While protesters continue to battle police and block roads, behind all of that, President Trump had his first face-to-face meeting with his Russian counterpart, Vladimir Putin. A discussion between the two leaders that went much longer than most expected. Jay Gray has the story from Hamburg.
President Putin and I have been discussing various things, and I think it's going very well. We've had some very, very good talks.
The meeting between President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin, scheduled to last 30 to 45 minutes, stretched for more than 2 hours today and began, according to Secretary of State Rex Tillerson, with a, quote, lengthy conversation about Russian interference in the 2016 presidential election. The president repeatedly pushing Mr. Putin on the issue while he denied any involvement. Tillerson outlined the exchange during an audio briefing after the meeting.
At this point, he pressed him and then, felt like at this point, let's talk about how do we go forward.
Next, Tillerson, who was a part of the briefing with his Russian counterpart, Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, said the leaders turned their attention to Syria, ultimately agreeing to a ceasefire between Russian-backed regime forces and U.S.-supported rebel fighters in the civil war there. Following their extended bilateral session, the two leaders joined the rest of the G20 delegation for a symphony inside Hamburg's new state-of-the-art concert venue, while a very different tune echoed outside on the streets of the city. Protesters again clashing with police, pelting officers with rocks, bottles, and fireworks, torching cars and barricades. Security forces responding with water cannons, pepper spray, and tear gas in skirmishes that have become just as much a part of this gathering as the meetings between world leaders here. Jay Gray, Local 4.
All right, Jay. Back here, Detroit police are investigating after a man was shot and then carjacked this morning.
It happened about 3 on Hurlbut Street near Cadillac Boulevard and Mack Avenue. That's where the 29-year-old man says he was escorting a woman home when a group of men approached them. The man was shot in the shoulder. His current condition is unknown. The woman was not hit. The suspects took off, though, in the victim's gray Chrysler. Southfield police need your help to find a 56-year-old man with dementia. Michael Thomas was last seen on July 5th when he walked away from his brother's home on Jeanette Street in Southfield. While he has gone missing in the past, it's never been for this long, and his family is very worried. If you see him or know anything about his disappearance, call Southfield Police.
Speaking of disappearances, is a Marine veteran, an accomplished chef, and right now his family just wants him back home.
We need him back. He has a big family that's waiting for him, that need him. We need him back in our life. We need him to come home and cook for us.
And new at 5, we have brand new information in the search for this man known to so many and loved by so many, known as Chef Doug.
Also, it was not what they were looking for. Police serving a search warrant on Detroit's west side come across something completely unexpected. Karen?
Take a look. This guy right here knows exactly what he's doing. I'll show you just how easily he breaks into this car and gets whatever he wants inside. That story next.
Okay, Karen, and the breaking news we're following, the Planet Fitness at 23 Mile and Van Dyke in Shelby Township is evacuated after a man believed burned and contaminated by making meth, or meth-making materials, I should say, ran into the building. His car is also cordoned off in the lot. We'll continue to bring you new information as we get it.
Severe thunderstorm warnings remain in effect for southern Lapeer and southeast Genesee counties as a pretty powerful storm moves through. If you're in Metamora, Dryden, Almont, stay inside and away from windows until this storm is passed. We'll be tracking it coming up next.
New at 6.
Neighbors said they tased a police officer to save their friend's life. New video out today paints a much different story. That and the other big development in this case coming up.
All right, Jason. Also, the police officer stabbed at Flint's Bishop Airport last month, making a strong statement by where he decided to visit today.
But first tonight, the Local 4 defenders have a rare look at just how good thieves have become at breaking into cars.
Defender Karen Drew is here with some can't-miss video that caught these crooks in the act.
Many times we share video that's kind of breathtaking. This is just unbelievable how easy this was done. They caught the suspect on video. It happened on June 30th, and this was on McNichols, so very close to home. The video gives us a view rarely seen and shows us exactly how quickly these thieves can get what they want. Let me walk you through it. Watch. You can see the suspect pull into the lot just after 6 p.m. The man backs into the spot right next to the car he plans to rob. Immediately, he gets out, looks in the car, sees what he wants, then gets to work. After grabbing something to pick the lock from his car, the suspect tries to get in through the front door. But after a few seconds of trying, realizes it's not working. That's when he decides to go to the rear driver's side door and get in that way. This time, instead of opening the door, the suspect breaks the window, reaches in to grab a suitcase allegedly filled with sensitive documents, and speeds off in his black Dodge Charger. Just took a couple of seconds. The suspect in this case still on the loose tonight. So if you recognize him or know anything about that robbery, again, it happened on McNichols, June 30th, call Detroit Police. I'm Karen Drew, Local 4 Defenders. Back to you guys.
Broad daylight, too, with that. Yeah.
Pretty bold, yeah.
Bold and brazen, okay.
Local, state, and federal agencies raid a location on Detroit's west side.
The raid happened this afternoon at Schaefer and Linden. Law enforcement was there to serve a search warrant in connection to a homicide. Marijuana plants were found during the raid. We'll continue to update this story as more information becomes available.
Well, as we came to you off the top of this broadcast, we were showing you a couple of thunderstorm warnings that we had in the area.
That's right.
Those are still in effect.
Radar starting to get a little active out there. So let's check in with Ben. You said that we'd probably have to watch out for this. So.
Yeah, there's still a lot of soup, a lot of instability out there for these storms to work with. But let's go right to 4 Live Radar and show you what we're looking at. You can barely see it because the warnings are getting covered by the storms. But it's southern Genesee and southern Lapeer counties that are under those warnings until 5:45 5:45 and 5:30 respectively. It's a line of storms that not only has the potential of damaging winds, but also of some pretty intense hail too. We're tracking this main line with this line here with these cities. So Dryden, you're going to be in the thick of it here in just minutes if you're not already. Almont at about 5:30, and then these cities below, you're probably already seeing rain from this area that is south of that main severe thunderstorm that is not severe right now, but is rolling across the northern portion of the county. Let's also look down towards Ann Arbor. Even though there's no warning on this cell, there's definitely some downpours. This is paralleling 94 and running right through the northern sections of Ann Arbor and Ypsi as it makes its way across the county line and out towards Plymouth and Canton, and just about to cross 275 with some of that heavier rain. Back up towards Port Huron, another fairly intense thunderstorm now moving into the southern end of Lake Huron. But again, it's just those two warnings that we're tracking right now. With the instability that's out there, any of these storms could become severe anytime through the rest of the evening. Temperatures are in the mid-80s, some rain-cooled numbers there in Flint at 72. But the humidity is definitely out there. We've seen those dew points in the mid to upper 60s, even though there have been quite a number of thunderstorms to our south across northern parts of Indiana and Ohio. We're still getting our share of severe weather around here. And it looks like it'll still be going, at least have the chances of it until the sun goes down tonight. That'll calm everything down. We'll get into partly cloudy skies and see that humidity slowly start to drop tonight. Weekend looks pretty good. Model's still pretty insistent on at least scaring up shower here midday. I think that's mainly going to be in the east side and pretty light if it shows up. Most of us are going to stay dry tomorrow. Sunday, there's also a chance that we could get wet, mainly in our north zone and late, but most of us are going to get through the entire two-day weekend stretch completely dry and very comfortable too, with 70-degree highs and low humidity. But tonight, scattered evening thunderstorms that have already turned severe, 61 for that overnight low. We're going to look at high temperatures tomorrow, which are going to be a bit different than what we've got out there today. Highs only in the 70s, mid-70s here in the city, 78 at the airport. You factor in the lower humidity with that, and it's going to feel quite a bit different than what we've got for this afternoon. Mid-70s across our south zone. West zone temperatures tomorrow pretty much right in that ballpark, 75, 76 across most of the area. And on our north zone, may get a couple 60s for highs here in Lexington and Port Huron, but generally low to mid-70s across our north zone for high temperatures tomorrow. Heat does come back a little bit as we get into next week, and after a dry weekend, we start looking at thunderstorm chances again Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. And we didn't even talk about how much rain we got overnight, which was upwards of 2 inches in some spots, and we're going to get more tonight. So it's feast or famine.
Yep.
As far as
Need it. Okay, Ben, thank you. Michigan stores on the chopping block. New tonight, more deep cuts coming to Kmart and Sears. We'll show you which locations are set to close.
But first, she was tied to a bike and forced to run until she couldn't anymore, and then pretty much left for dead. But Penelope is making an incredible recovery, and we'll have it next. Got an update now on a dog who was dumped in Detroit and left for dead after being forced to run while tied to a bike.
Good Samaritans found the pit bull mix last month. They took her to the vet for treatment, where they named her Penelope. When found, Penelope was near death, suffering from dehydration, internal injuries, and showing signs of neglect. Well, now less than a month later, Penelope's condition, as you see there, has improved.
She's doing great. She's really happy. Surprisingly, she's very trusting of everyone. She's very easy to work with, and really is a very, very nice dog in the long run.
Well, the doctor says Penelope still needs a few months to recover. Afterwards, she will be ready for adoption.
She looks pretty happy, though.
Sweet dog, yeah. Sears announced more store closures today, including 2 Kmart stores here in Michigan.
The 2 in Michigan will affect the Kmart stores on Lincoln Road in Escanaba and on North Monroe Street in Monroe. But in total, 35 new Kmart stores and 8 Sears stores closing nationwide. Sears has now closed more than 300 stores this year. The company says the closings were necessary in order to keep Sears more competitive and profitable. A road in Birmingham remains closed due to a water main break.
Yeah, drivers want to steer clear of Lincoln Street at Adams Road. We first reported this closure early this morning. At the time, Birmingham's water department said they were sending out a crew to begin making repairs, but it is still unclear when those repairs will be completed.
New at 5:30.
There's a blood drive going on here at St. John's right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tables with only 2 patients. And in fact, I've only seen a maximum of 2 at any given time. Why the American Red Cross says right now they have emergency blood levels.
It happened right here in front of the Shinola shop. A truck barreling into a group of people. Live at 5. New video of the crash. I'll also share with you the confession from that driver.
Where is Chef Doug? That's what his family members were asking today during a press conference. We'll tell you what their message is to the public coming up.
It's dinner time.
I'm Paula Tutman, live in Shelby Township, where we have breaking news and a continuing developing story. So this is where we are. We are at 23 in Van Dyke. This is a Planet Fitness that has been evacuated because of a meth lab contamination. Let's go to video from the original scene. That is on a street about a mile or so away from here, where a man apparently dealing in meth blew himself up in a back room, got into his vehicle. The vehicle, I'm going to come back live to this scene right now. Vehicle right there, got into his vehicle, actually went into that Planet Fitness to take a shower. He has burns over his body. I'm being told by my colleague Nick Monticelli, who's also working his sources, that it is 50-50 that he will survive. He's in bad shape. Apparently when he blew himself up, he actually blew himself up, burned himself up very, very seriously, but also in getting in that vehicle and traveling a mile away, he has created basically a toxicity stream. And so they're having to coordinate, police are having to cordon off the area because they're still trying to figure out what the area of contamination is. You see part of this parking lot at Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness has been evacuated. No one's getting in there anytime soon. They've just secured a hazmat team who can come and process both scenes as well as the vehicle. We're the only ones on the scene right now. We will stay on this story until 6 p.m. and beyond. Mara McDonald's on her way. Nick Monticelli also working his sources. I'll see you back here at 6.
All right, Paula, most hazmat situations are contained. This one was moving, so they've got to now try and retrace the steps. Exactly right. We've also got another worry right now.
Yeah, we do. Ben joins us now with the very latest because we have some warnings out there people need to know about. This could be a dangerous situation.
We do. We've been tracking 2 severe thunderstorms, and you saw that crime tape moving around. Those storms are just off to the northwest of where Paula is. That warning for Genesee County is going to expire here in seconds at 5:30. Otherwise, the severe thunderstorm warning for Lapeer continues until 5:45 tonight, as that thunderstorm is pretty much at the southern end of the county and now headed down into parts of Oakland and Macomb County. You can see quite a downpour there towards Romeo, and some of those lightning strikes within the last 30 minutes right there in the corner of Oakland County. Also, not a severe storm right now, but a very intense downpour right in the northwest corner of Lapeer County up towards Columbiaville. We're also watching this area of rain coming out of Superior Township, crossing the county line and headed right into the northern section of the airport, about to move over 275 right now on the east side of Canton. So again, the severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect for Lapeer County, southern Lapeer County, till 5:45. We'll continue tracking these storms throughout the night. Guys?
Searching for justice. The family of a beloved Marine veteran missing for more than a month speaks out as they hope and pray for his safe return. Douglas Calhoun went missing from his home on Detroit's west side on June 1st.
The Marine veteran, known to both customers and friends as Chef Doug, a personal chef and caterer around town. Now his family pleading for clues that might help solve his disappearance. Coco McAvoy is following that story, and she's with us live. Coco?
Yes, Devin and Karen, as you mentioned, Chef Doug has been missing for over a month now, and his family is desperate to find him. So they're hoping their message gets out to someone today with information.
It's time to bring DJ home. We miss him.
Dana Phillips detailed what led up to her brother Doug Calhoun's disappearance. She says he was hanging with friends on May 31st.
Around 3 a.m., he made a phone call to his best friend, AJ, to let him know that he had made it home safely.
The next day, he was set to cater an event, but never showed.
I was frantic because he missed the catering job. That was number one. So we immediately went to the 8th precinct and made a police report as a missing person.
Family members say it's been difficult without him.
For us to endure the 4th of July without him was a bit much. It was absolutely not the same.
So they're pleading.
We want him back. We need him back.
And trying to stay strong.
I've been praying every single day, and I trust and believe that he's going to come back.
Now, all of them hope anyone who may know what happened to Calhoun or where he is will come forward.
You need to do the right thing. The man has a family that misses him. He deserves better than this.
And there is a cash reward for information leading to more information for police on his disappearance. It's at $6,000 right now, but if someone comes forward with information before midnight tonight, $1,000 is added to that reward, making it $7,000. So anyone with information, any kind of tip, whether you think it's small or big, is asked to call police or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-SPEAK-UP. Back to you.
Doesn't feel like there's much to go on here. Do police have any leads in this case, Coco?
Well, family says that police have been working on whatever leads they're given. For example, you know, his car was found a few days later, and then someone also was using his credit cards. But family says that they do have persons of interest at this time. They're just waiting on that really big tip that leads them to more information about where he may be.
Well, let's hope this helps. All right, Coco. Now to new information in that deadly crash that happened last month outside the Shinola store in Midtown.
A Detroit man has been ordered to stand trial in that case as we're getting our first look at video of that horrible incident. The driver of this blue truck you see right there plows into 4 people standing outside the store. Let's get to Sean Lay. He joins us now live, and we're also hearing from one of the people hit in that crash. Sean?
Some very hard to listen to details, tough to look at that video, but we knew with cameras surrounding Canfield here, we'd be seeing that video eventually. Look, this driver out of control, crossing the center line right here on Canfield, crashing into people right in front of Shinola. Now, he says in a confession that a driver cut him off, but the video we're now getting a first look at tells a different story. This security camera view is from the inside of Shinola on Canfield the afternoon of June 8th. A man puts his hands up to brace himself, and he takes a direct hit from an out-of-control blue pickup truck. 65-year-old Douglas Van Horton is the man in that video taking that hit.
I thought it would veer away, but didn't, and hit me first.
Van Horton was one of 4 people plowed over by that out-of-control driver outside of the Shinola shop. 73-year-old John McDanielson of South Lyon was killed. Prosecutors say it was DeAndre Simmons who was behind the wheel of that truck. Another video showing the moments before the crash. You can see the blue truck in the middle of the road in the wrong oncoming lane, blocking oncoming traffic. Police say Simmons then swerves onto Canfield, crosses the center line, hitting people looking at a Tesla car display. A statement from Simmons to police was read in court. Simmons writing that he drank alcohol 12 hours before the crash and took drugs, also about 12 hours before he lost control.
Question: did you consume narcotics before you were involved in the crash? Answer: I took a couple of ecstasy pills around 4 a.m.
The judge now sending this case to trial. Simmons facing 6 big-time felonies here, including suspended license causing death, reckless driving causing death, and driving while impaired causing another person's death. Karen.
So many people hurt in this situation. I know that we mentioned a woman was seriously injured in that crash. Do we know what her latest condition is?
Yeah, in court today we got our first real update on her. This crash, this truck and driver running her over, shattering 2 legs. She has more than 40 screws in her legs, holding them together right now. She's not been able to walk since the crash. She's in rehab every single day. She's just hoping to be well enough to go home at some point.
We sure hope so. All right, thank you, Sean.
1 person is dead, thousands without power after severe storms hit West Michigan overnight.
More than 150,000 customers woke up this morning without power after winds stronger than 90 miles an hour knocked down several power lines across the western side of the state. Along with damage to several businesses, a 72-year-old man was killed when a tree fell onto his home. Consumers Energy says power likely won't be restored until the end of the weekend.
Good jobs report today. 220,000 jobs, let me try that, were added in the month of June.
Experts say the numbers indicate that employers are confident enough to keep hiring despite slower economic growth. Meantime, last month the unemployment rate ticked up to 4.4% from a 16-year low. Wage growth continues to be a weak point over the last year. Average hourly pay rose just 2.5%. That's below the 3.5% seen in a robust economy.
Pretty heartwarming story out of Virginia. A widow accidentally throws away her wedding rings and they are returned to her.
Johnny Ashby put her wedding rings on a paper towel while she washed dishes, but she forgot to pick them up and threw that paper towel away. Well, once she realized what she had done, she and her granddaughter searched through the trash looking for her treasured rings. When they had no luck there, they reached out to the Sussex County officials for help. 3 employees at the Sussex landfill heard about those lost rings. They searched for them. They soon found them and returned them home.
I said, "What? Are you kidding? You're not kidding me, are you? Really?" And he said, "Really, I'm on my way bringing you your rings."
You gotta love her
How
voice.
is that? I know.
Are you serious? Johnny says she knows it was her guardian angel who helped workers find her rings.
How is that possible?
It really
Can you
is
imagine somebody calling and saying, my rings are in the trash somewhere?
You kind of believe in angels sometimes.
There's no doubt about it. With the summer festival season in full swing, Plymouth is the place to be this weekend.
They are having so much fun there, and that is where Art in the Park is underway. And Andrew Humphrey's in the middle of it all, having some fun. Hi, Andrew.
Back behind the orange line. Hey there, Karen. Hey, Devin. We're having a great time out here in Plymouth. Aren't we having a great time, everyone? Yeah! Everyone say, hi, Local 4. Hi, Local 4. Everyone say, see how excited I am? Everyone say, welcome to Art in the Park. Welcome to Art in the Park. We have so many folks that are here enjoying art and lots of entertainment, everybody. I'm here with my good friend, John Park. John Park is a comedian and juggler who is here for Art in the Park all weekend long. Look at the talent this man has. Thank goodness. I'm just going to stick with weather. John, how's the day going so far?
Oh, it's going great, Andrew. We're having fun here at Art in the Park. I'll be here Saturday, Sunday, 12, 3, and 6.
What do you love most when it comes to being at Art in the Park?
Oh, you know, it's such a family-friendly environment. And, you know, being here in Kellogg Park where I perform, we're underneath the grass. We're on the grass. We're underneath the trees. And it's just a great place to hang out and see fantastic art.
Great. Everyone give John a round of applause. He's going to get into his act. Wow. Everyone say, way to go, John. Way to go, John. Everyone say, come on down to Art in the Park in Plymouth all weekend long.
Come on down to Art in the Park in Plymouth all day long.
Karen, Devin, back to you.
It's a good time.
It is, and that crowd participation.
Yeah, I know. A+.
Doing good. Thank you, Andrew.
Well, a tiny dog gets stuck in a deep lagoon, but a police officer was not going to let him drown on his watch.
New here at 5:30, the awesome rescue caught on video and why this pooch got an adorable new nickname. Nick.
You may have received text messages or emails, even phone calls from the American Red Cross saying they are desperately in need of blood. They're not exaggerating. Look at the blood drives. Your donation could make a difference. We'll explain what's happening next.
All right, Nick, but first, a desperate search for survivors underway after this huge building collapses with no warning. Why crews are only able to dig by hand. Next.
Jeopardy!